Morning guys, welcome back to the Cutting Up Classics YouTube channel. This morning we're gonna get back on the old Mustang over here. Last night we got some holes drilled in the new frame rails here so we can get those welded in. We also started test fitting some floors. This is just kind of loosely sitting in here. Pretty tight squeeze in there, but everything looks pretty good. So this morning, I've got some tech screws. We are going to tech screw this thing together. I'm probably gonna screw it together from front to back. Cowl everything. I wanna make sure everything lines up, everything kind of fits like it's supposed to. We don't have any fitment issues that way. I know there's a couple little pieces that are in the way I might have to trim out. We were looking at last night. This little guy right here. Just kind of get some of this stuff out of the way. That's some old stuff from the inner fenders, but it is kind of in the way. So I want to get that floor piece tacked up in the back, along the sides. Then I think we're going to put this one frame rail in. We had our little stanchions we built there. That's where the frame rail keys in, so everything kind of lines right back up where it's supposed to. Makes it nice and easy to get it back in there. So we'll get that in, tech screw that together, then we'll work our way to the front. By the end of the day today, I would like to kind of have this thing mocked up. I am missing this frame rail. We've got the box in, and pretty good sized box, but on it it says left hand, so they don't come as a pair. They got ordered, and evidently that got overlooked. So it's supposed to be on its way, hoping it is, because I kind of like to get this monstrosity off my table and get on to the next one, which is on the trailer. So let's get rolling, guys.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are fester.
Alright guys, so it's actually sliding in there pretty well. I got my pin that our front leaf spring bolt back in the stanchion there we built. So now I was gonna run some screws. We pre-drilled all this so we don't have to mess with it later for spot welds. So I figure I'll run a couple tech screws up through the floor to hold it all together. I went to the back and squared up the back corner back there. Where it's supposed to go. I'm just gonna put a couple in here. Doesn't need to be cranked on. As we, if I can get one inside there or not. As we go to weld this, I'll probably move some around to help kind of pull everything together. Make sure we get a nice tight fit. It's pretty loud. Ooh, that sucked the floor down. Nice. Nice. Really be nice if I had this other frame rail, but I don't, so it's up in the front here because I got that jack stand on it, but you can see everything lined up really nice. I'll probably put a couple tech screws in here too, somehow or another. I might be able to get into the front ones here, get that all squared away. And as you can see, this piece of the floor actually goes over the top of that and then kind of keys all that together. So I don't think that rear frame and that rear floor are coming out again, but don't really want to start welding stuff yet, like I said, until we have kind of everything test fitted. It all kind of keys in and ties all the way to the front, so I got to make sure it's right. But like I said, here's your frame rail. needs to come up on that front corner. I can tell that that box is kind of twisted, so I'll address that. We'll push that up. You can see, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but that torque box needs to come up. The bottom corner on the left side is low by about 1/4 inch, so that'll kind of twist everything back into place there. But there's 2 big pieces of steel on the end of this frame that are folded in that get spot welded here, so I'll get a couple holes tacked in here, a couple holes drilled in here, and then I'll probably run a Tech screw in that to kind of hold that together. It's a nice tight fit up in there though. Everything seems to be fitting pretty good. You can see where that frame lands in there. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. And I know I've talked about this before, but in case any of you are new or don't know, this 67 Mustang Fastback was a drag car from, I don't know, probably the 80s. It was orange and red and yellow inside. I'll throw a picture up of it here. But that's why these fenders are so bad. The car had rust in it up front in the lower corner of the floorboard on the passenger side and the wiper cowl and everything. And this is all getting changed because somebody took a pair of scissors and a chisel and a hammer and knocked all this stuff out of the old floor. It was all cut into here, and you can see they cut all this in, so this will get replaced later. But the fenders have all been pinched and all that, so they could put a bigger tire on it. So yeah, you can see the body, all the vents have been closed in, tail light section, all that. This is gonna get saved. It's gonna get an Evanore kit on it, so this will be a clone car, so this stuff will get covered. So we're just going to use the solid sheet metal that's there. It's not using the taillight housings or anything, but yeah, so all the floor just ended up coming out. This was rotten. The firewall ended up being rotten, which we didn't know at first, but we sent this car down, had it chemically dipped. And this is not all my project. My buddy Briar over at Revival Resto Mods, this is actually their build. They're doing the motor, paint, wiring, all the interior stuff. I'm just the metal guy. So it comes to me, we do the metal work on it, and that's a lot of our projects we've been working on lately. Have been with him. That red 55 that was in here, I did the ride tech on. I actually didn't do a finished video on that. It was one of those things I just needed to get it out. So we got that out. I did a short on it, I think, when it left, but that's theirs. We got a Bronco we're working on with them. Actually, I can't count on this many fingers how many projects we have going with them right now. So just trying to keep things rolling, boys. So yeah, we'll keep plugging away here, keep tech screwing some stuff together, and we'll get this front floor fitted after the kiddos get on the bus. So see you in a bit. Well, that looks a lot better. Much more better. It's actually probably up just a hair too much now. Looking good. Get the level out here somewhere. There's nothing to level off of though. That was leveled off the car, so not the table. I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm gonna try and get a screw in here real quick, I think. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we're sure gonna try. Woo! Almost knocked those all over the floor. Boom. Okay.
Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous?
All right, guys, back up here on the Mustang again. We got that firewall put in there. Not really impressed with that piece. It's kind of ass trash, but we're gonna make it work. The original firewall had a flange here and then down under here. Well, as you see here, this Dynacorn piece is missing that part. So I don't know if they sell another lip that they made that like welds in there or something. I'm not really sure. So I just got a couple pieces tacked in the side here, a couple screws in it. I'm going to put the upper cowl on it just to see if everything lines up, to make sure this is right, to make sure this transition is right. We don't need to shimmy it either way or another. And then if it is, I'll pop it back off and then we'll start securing this. I'll probably start from the middle and then we'll work our way out. I'll put a handful in there to get that all done. And then we'll get this put in here, the package tray, and then I'll probably actually put it down, and then I'll probably put the, I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I'll put the cowl over it. I might not attach any of this stuff. As long as it fits decent, I won't screw this down. That way I can get in here and get all those spot welds done, figure out what's gonna happen with that. I'm not sure. Knowing Ford, they tell you just to seam seal it, so who knows. But yeah, this piece is kind of all over the place. Like, it's not the greatest, so not really impressed. But yeah, we'll get on that. Got some primer, weld through primer stuff sprayed on it, so at least it's sealed underneath these pieces. We'll set that on there and see what happens. Interesting. It's because that's bent. I see what's wrong now. Let me scale the side of the Mustang here. Yeah. Ammo. I see what's happening. I see what's happening. I don't like it, but I see it. I need a pair of pliers here. Oh no. Oh, no pliers. No pliers needed. This piece has got a nice curl to it here. Not horrible. Not great, but not horrible. Well, guys, probably gonna call it here on this today. Can't do anything else really. I don't have this other frame rail. So whenever that shows up, we'll get that slid in there and then we can start tacking stuff together. I just want to make sure 100% before I start spot welding. I mean, if this had to move back and forth in the back or something, or this had to move and it was already tied in up there and over there, like, I just don't feel comfortable. I know we have a solid mounting point with this stanchion we put in right here, just like we did on the other side. It's pinned through there with a 1/2-inch bolt. So it goes right back to factory where it's supposed to go, which holds this up, which will put the pressure on this with the frame rail like it needs to, because it keys in the back there. Like, that will solidify everything fits. I'm gonna pull some measurements here on stuff just to make sure it looks good, but some hammer work on parts that were dented when we got them. But I mean, looks pretty good to me, guys. Looks pretty good to me. All these seams down here will get seam sealed and everything. Like, it'll all be sealed up when it's done. I do need to drill some holes in here to get my spot welds across the back there, but I didn't do anything with that, like I said, just because of this piece. I didn't want to put a lot of screws in here, so these will probably come out to help us push that up and get that rail in there. As soon as I get that, that's getting done. I'd like to have this car back to Revival Wrestle Mods next week. Sorry about that. So end of next week probably. We have other projects in here from them. We have other projects all over the place. Like I've always said at the end of these videos, like, it's crazy around here. So I do know we have to do these, but they want to get this car rolling. It's getting a whole new front end. It's got subframe connectors that connect back and forth. All that stuff will go in. They want to get it all bolted in, and then it'll probably come back here. That stuff will get welded in so it's finished up nice and solid. And then we'll do these, the inners, and whatever other little pieces we need to do in here just to make sure everything kind of fits and lines up. So I don't know, we'll see. That's kind of the plan. Yeah. So like always, guys, like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think of these projects, man. This is, like I said, it's a big undertaking. I've done floors and pickups and built cars from the ground up, like body-wise, rat rod stuff, but a fit and finish car like this is a big undertaking. So I'm excited to get this one done, see it done. I know the guy who owns it. It's gonna get driven, so it'll be nice to see it around, knowing that we had a part in bringing back this classic. So like I said, guys, like, share, subscribe. Make sure the notification bell is on, that way you don't miss anything. Leave a comment and let us know what you think. We'll go from there. If you like it, let us know. If you don't like it, then tell us we're dumb. Doesn't bother me. I know we're dumb. We cut the floor out of this car. This is kind of nerve-wracking, kind of cool all at the same time, like I said. So, like always, guys, thanks for coming by the Cutting Up Classics YouTube channel. Until next time, keep building awesome stuff. See you later.